Hi, everybody. We're going to talk about what's on, and we're going to look at a couple of things in preparation for this cold snap we're about to have in New York. For a little bit of context, I just got back from the Dominican Republic. I was there to visit Davidoff, the cigar company's facilities and factories, and God, it was amazing. It was much better weather than what we're having or what we're going to be expecting in New York next week. So today I'm wearing the Armoury's Three Kingdoms scarf. This is one of my favorite pieces. It's a little sentimental because the pattern is actually off of a painting my dad used to keep in his study for a long time, and I was used to sit next to it when I was growing up. The coat is the Hokkaido coat, so this is the warmest coat the Armoury's ever done. It's got a heavy outer layer. It's also got a quilted inner layer. And then underneath, you have to excuse me, I'm wearing so many layers. I'm going to hold the mic today. And then underneath, I've got Heimat's mini Rollneck sweater. I really, really like these. We don't really do them in Hong Kong because Hong Kong doesn't really need them, but they're great in New York. It's like a heavy, dense, slightly rough wool, but man, it's super durable. It keeps you really warm. And, you know, because it's like a little chunky, it works really well with vests. I'll segue into that in a second. I'm also wearing a pair of Nigel Caborn jeans and the Armoury's Ryoma Chelsea boots in brown suede. Oh, and wrist check today. So I got an Explorer 5504, which is the Explorer that predated the 1016. Okay, so we mentioned vests a second ago. Rocky Mountain Featherbed, very, very famous for their vests, very, very famous for their down-filled vests with a high fill power. They keep you very warm. I like this a lot. I think some people who run warm will find it great, even in very cold weather. But for me, if it's really, really cold, I still want sleeves, right? I still want sleeves. I want a little bit of length. So then it comes to coats. We have the Tokyo coat. The Tokyo coat is great for cool to cold weather. It's just an outer. There's no filler in it. There's no liner in it. And that's why we did the Hokkaido coat, which was what I was wearing earlier. And as I mentioned, that actually does have a liner as well. But, you know, the Tokyo coat, absolutely serviceable, especially if you're going to layer it with something else. Okay. This is fun because I've never actually walked through the store on camera before. I also want to highlight a few interesting tailoring options that are heavier. This is the Armoury's Expedition Tweed Sport Coat, which we did with Lovat. And this is a really nice chunky tweed. Definitely keep you very warm. This as well, deep twill, heavyweight, good for cold weather. This one as well. Now, as I was mentioning with these Heimat sweaters, so the mini Rollneck actually comes in a bunch of different colors. We have the navy, but I also have it in green and maroon, which is really a fabulous color. I actually might take one of these for myself a little bit later on. Other knitwear options I think are interesting for this sort of upcoming cold snap. The Shawl collar cardigans, because these are very heavy. You can treat those as a jacket, so you could wear that over, let's say, a thinner sweater or a sleeveless cardigan underneath, and it still, you know, looks great. I wanted to show you a few trouser options. So regarding trousers, you know, everyone knows our sport chinos. Sport chinos are great, but if you want something heavier, but still on the casual side for winter, that's not jeans, the Army chino. So the Army chino is quite a bit heavier than the sport chino, and it's also straighter in the leg, which means if you wanted to wear something like long johns underneath, it's really, really handy for that. Like when I go skiing, I often bring a couple pairs of Army chinos because then I can wear my long johns underneath. We also have flannel trouser options. And something interesting we've been doing with our flannel trousers recently is we've been having a half elasticated waistband on the back half of the trouser. So that way when you put it on, you know, you've had a big meal, it's just like a little bit more comfortable. It's not a stretch fabric, it's just a half elasticated waistband. You don't really see it, but it adds to the comfort. All right, up to the shoe section. I wanted to show you a few interesting options for winter shoes. So the Ryoma boot that I'm wearing right now, and by the way, Ryoma is named after the first gentleman in Japan, I believe, to wear Western shoes. His name was Ryoma. So the Ryoma boot comes in brown suede, brown calf. We also have the Chukka, which is nice. We do all these with rubber soles. But I also think the Darbys are great too. Like the Spencer and the shoe whose name I forgot.
Jubilee.
And the Jubilee. No, that's the Jubilee. And then that one is...
That's the shoe whose name I forgot.
Uh-oh. All right, we've all forgotten the name. Point is, grained derbies in the winter are great. You should consider that. And then also we have a couple of special Aldens in the New York shop, like this, you know, heavy and something that just helps to keep the wind out a little bit. By the way, if you are not wearing over-the-calf socks yet, might be worth considering a pair, because in the winter, it's nice to have a pair of socks that comes almost up to the knee. All right, let's close out with just a quick look at some scarves. Oh, I forgot this. I love these. This is a nice, like, thin layer that you can wear over a sweater like this. This is the Calistoga vest. So I'm a big fan of these, especially like as part of a casual outfit and over a heavy, chunky sweater like this. All right, scarf-wise. Scarf-wise and cap-wise. I like watch caps in the winter because it's something that you can just kind of roll up and put away really easily. You can keep a few like shoved in your bag or in your car or whatever. The Heimat ones are good, and the Drake's ones are good. The Drake's ones come in cashmere. The Heimats are more of a kind of robust, heavy wool. And then finally, regarding scarves. So if you can get a cashmere scarf, I do think it's worth it. I do think like the extra weight is noticeable. The extra warmth is noticeable, and you know, you have it right up against your neck, right up against your face. It's nice. Like it does feel great to have like a beautiful cashmere scarf around your neck. Not a must, but definitely a nice luxury. All right, so that's our little tour through the store for options for cold weather. I hope you found that useful. If you have any other suggestions, please let us know. We'd love to hear them. And that is it for now. Thanks for watching.